Yeah. All right. So far in 3.6, we did distance, rate, time problem. We did the hard part first, okay? Now we're going to the easier part of the word problems. So the two types that we're going to be working on today is called the perimeter problems, and the other one is called the consecutive integers, okay? So your goal for today is to define a variable, which you already know how to do, in terms of another variable. Once you define, you're going to write an equation, and then you're going to solve, okay? So here's the perimeter problem. Remember, we're going to be dealing with actually mainly rectangles. But I can give you a triangle. I could give you a square. But switch it up a little bit, exactly. And what we can do is, it doesn't matter what the shape is. Like in the warm-up, what we did was, we said, how do you find perimeter one more time, somebody?
Add all the sides.
Add all the sides. All right, we add up all the sides. Okay, so we're gonna, so if this was L, right, and this is width, when we add up all the sides, the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to L plus W, right? L plus W plus L plus W, right? Or I can simplify this and say the perimeter is equal to, there are two L's, right? 2L plus 2W. This is what we're going to be using for perimeter problems for rectangles, okay? So let's start with an example. All right, so here's an example. The width of the rectangle is 3 inches less than its length. The perimeter is 26 inches. What is the width? Okay? And now some of you guys could solve this using common sense, right? You don't have a lot of common sense. Okay. All right, so the width of the rectangle is 3 inches less than its length. The perimeter is 26 inches. So what you want to do first of all is what? I recommend drawing a picture. Right? And then I'm going to define our variable. Okay? And I know that perimeter is 26 inches. This is what I'm going to do first. Okay? Where do I go to find a variable to define? We talked about this. Where do you always go? Ryan? Yeah, right? You always go to the question part of the problem. It says, what is the width? So I'm going to say, let W equals width. Okay? Now, this is where the goal comes in. You're going to define another variable in terms of another variable, right? You're going to define a variable in terms of another. So, now, I got to define the length. Well, this says the width is 3 inches less than its length. So, what do you know about the length then? 3 inches more. So you would say W plus 3 will be your length. This is your length. Okay? Does that make sense? So W plus 3 is your length, and W is your width. Because the width is 3 inches less than the length, so length has to be 3 inches more. Does that make sense? Okay? So now we have our variables here we define, right? And we are going to use our perimeter equation, 2L plus 2W, right? And we're just going to plug in what we know, right? Perimeter is what? 26 equals 2 times the length, and the length is? So W plus 3 plus 2W. So far, so good? Now, so this was the new part. Now it's the old stuff, right? Now you saw. What do I do first? Distribute. Ah, here we go. Distribute that in. So 26 is equal to 2W plus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2W. Now here's the equal sign. So we're going to combine like terms when they're on the same side. You just do what it says. 2W plus 2W, right? 4W plus 6, right? And then minus 6. So then 4W is equal to 20. Divide by 4. So the width is 5 inches. Did I answer my question?
Yes.
Do I need to find the length? No. It didn't ask me for the length, so I do not have to do that one, right? Then, now, if it's going to ask you what are the dimensions of the rectangle, then you have to find both. You got the width. What is the length anyway?
8 inches.
8 inches.
Do you have to like do all that again, or can you just?
No, you could just say, okay, I know that it is 3 inches more, so you would say length equals 8 inches. Yeah. Okay? So there's your answer to that one. So what do you think of these perimeter problems?
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy? Okay, the next type is called the consecutive integers, right? And so, do you see why we did the other one first? These are a little easier, I believe, okay? All right, so next type is consecutive integers. And you're going to find these really easy too, okay? Remember, consecutive integers are numbers that are in order, one after the other, okay? So consecutive integers, as an example, would be 1, 2, 3. That's a consecutive integer, okay? Or if you did negative 11, negative 10, negative 9. Those are consecutive integers. They have to be in order from least to greatest, okay? All right? So these are consecutive integers. Now, I can also say find consecutive even integers. Anybody know what that would be? Yeah. Consecutive even integers. So this one. So David says it is 2, 4, 8. Those are consecutive integers. Oh, 2, 4, 6. Thank you. Or negative 10, negative 8, negative 6. Those are consecutive even integers. Okay? So what would it be consecutive odd integers? Go ahead. 3, 5, 7. Or negative 13, negative 11, negative 9. Did I do that one correctly? Okay. The negative's a little harder because you're going least to greatest, but you know that bigger the negative, the smaller it is. So these are the three types of problem you will see. Either they're going to ask for find the consecutive integers or consecutive even integers, consecutive odd integers, okay? Now, what do you notice about the difference between odd and even with the consecutive integers? What's the difference between them? These go up by what?
1.
What do these go up by? 2. Yeah, okay? These go up by 1, bless you, and these go up by 2, right? Okay, so that you got to keep that in mind when you're doing consecutive integers. So here's an example. Ready? The sum. What does it mean by the sum? Add, right? Total. The sum of 3 consecutive. I think I'm spelling consecutive wrong. Consecutive integers is 72. Find the integers. So I'm looking for how many integers?
3.
3. It's a sum of 3 consecutive integers, right? Now, if I know the first integer, can I find the other 2? Right? If I said sum of 3 consecutive integers, first one is 3, would you be able to say the other 2? Why? Consecutive integers go up by 1s, right? Okay? All right. So you're going to define. If I know the first one, so I'm going to say x equals the first number. Right? And consecutive integers go up by 1, so the second number has to be x plus 1. Does that make sense? If I know what the first one is, the second one is plus 1, right? And then the third one would be x plus 2. Because if you know the first one, you add 2 more to get to the third number. Does that make sense? X equals the first, x plus 1 is the second, x plus 2 is the third. Those are my consecutive integers, right? Remember, we add them together. The sum means to add, right here. If we add them together, x plus, let's do first plus the second plus the third equals the sum, right? That's how you add, right? The sum. So the first is x, second one is x plus 1, and then third one is x plus 2, and that should equal the total, which is 72. Right? Here's my equal sign. X plus x plus x gives me 3x, and then plus 1 plus 2 makes it plus 3 equals 72. Okay? Now you solve, which you guys know how to do, right? Minus 3 over 3x is equal to, what is that, 69? Divide by 3, so x equals 13. Is it 13? Nope, 23. 23. My bad. All right, so what are my consecutive integers? 23, 24, 25, right? 23, add 1, 24, 23 plus 2 is 25. So my numbers are 23, 24, 25. Those three numbers add up to 72. Is that true? Do they add up to 72? Yes? Okay, let's try one more. Just, I know. But I gotta show you one more. Because this, I gotta give you one of the consecutive, even or odd. Alright? Oh, sorry. Alright. Sum of three. You know what? Let's make it 2. 2 consecutive even integers is, I gotta pick the number here. Let's say 146. Sum of 2 consecutive even integers is 146. Find the 2 integers.
Didn't you just divide it by 2? If it's 2 integers that equal 146, then can you just divide 146?
73?
Yeah?
If I divide that by 2, that'd be 73, right?
So it'd be 71 and 73.
72 and 70. Oh, wait, never mind. 70
It's gotta be even.
It's gotta be even. Even. So, here we go. Here's my define. Right? So we're gonna let x be the first even integer. But you know, Bree, that's using common sense. That's pretty good. Okay? So this is the first number. And then, what do we say about even and odd integers? What do they go up by? 2. So the next one will be plus 2. And that will be my second number. Now, what would be the third if I asked for 3 consecutive? Plus 4, right? X plus 4, because they go up by 2s. So the sum means first plus the second equals 146. So this would be x plus 2 plus, nope. This will be x plus 2 equals 146. First and second, yes.
Wouldn't it be 72 and 74?
So these two make it 2x plus 2 equals 146. Minus 2 minus 2. So this will be 2x equals, what is that? 144 divided by 2, divided by 2. X is equal to 72. So that's my first number. And then if I add 2, my second number would be 74. So what Bree said was, okay, I have only 2 numbers. Could I not divide it by 2, 146? Yeah, you can. But then you're looking for the even number, so you take the one before,
Then the
one after. Make sense? Okay? All right, so those are your perimeter problems and your consecutive integers problem. Okay, so I'm done. All right. How long?
18